Well, howdy folks, M4J3's here and welcome back to Gold Rush. That's probably the worst intro of any video you're ever going to hear, but hey ho, that's me. In the last episode, we continued building this inverted coaster. I showed you around the station, I showed you the beginnings of the ride. All was well and good. We hit a little bit of a financial constraint at this section here because it costs £279, or it did, for a half loop. And yet they're charging us £616 for half a corkscrew. So, I thought I'd turn to the little bank. And even if we don't get the ride finished, we can borrow enough money to get some more of it built. Which is good. So, there's the Cobra roll completed. We're now going to rise up into a vertical loop. Not one that tall. Like so. Not like that. That's bad. Yeah, that's bad. Like that. And then a bit like that. And then we're going to rise up like this into a twist. It's one of my favourite types of inversion there. You integrate it into the banked bit. Bit of an obstacle with that pathway. Might end up having to move that path back actually. But for now, it's like that. And then, so I was going to put some corkscrews in, but as you can see, we're running out of room. So, that's 2 over, isn't it? Yeah. I know. I can sort of help the problem. Can have 2 loops. Actually, that kind of makes the problem worse. Will it get over that? Let's find out. If it does, that's good. If it doesn't, that's bad. Also, that's very close. I might put... I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a photo section in there. And then I'll curve this back like that. And then we'll have the small overbank. And we'll see if it works. Just got to play the waiting game now. Right, so, first drop. I was going to build a ride under this. I might still, if it lets me, but these loops might get a little bit in the way. So yeah, that's some good speed going through that camel hump. And then we go into the Cobra roll. And again, that's pretty good speed actually. I quite like that. And then we go into the first loop. Plenty of speed going through that one. And that speed should be maintained through the second one, and it is. So then we go into the overbank. It sort of makes it. I might... That's a tricky one actually. Do we leave it in or not? Because we can't really... We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Now it's a question of what the heck do I put in here? Does that reach or is that still 1 out? I think that's still 1 out. Oh, so close to the end. This might fit. If not, we'll just extend this little bit out a tiny bit. Do you know what, actually? I kind of like the look of this ride, like that. If that overbank turn works. It is, I mean, it's the same height as the loop. Well, in fact, it's slightly smaller than the loops. So the theory is if it gets over the loops it should get over the turn, but then it's all about friction and how long it takes to reach the top of the bank turn. So I'm trying to use some engineering words here. I'm failing slightly. So yeah, I like this bit's good. 2 vertical loops, I think they go well together. It's just whether it'll get over that bit properly, and I suppose it's more of a stall turn now. And then it rises up into this bit, and goes through the twist. Yeah, that's not too bad. I've seen worse. Struth. And yeah, I've got an idea for how I want this ride to end as well, and I should just about have enough momentum from this little drop here to get through the end of the ride. Just got to wait for the money now. Actually, first of all, does that line up? Looks like it does. Second of all, how much more of a loan can I take out? No more. I think I'm going into Fright Night mode, you know. Am I going to bankrupt the company again? Oh, that's one too low. Okay, we can fix that problem. That's not an issue at all. We'll do it here, I think. So we'll do that, and then that. Level it out, curve it round. Twist, twist. That way. Drop it down. And then corkscrew to the left. I need £500 to build half a corkscrew. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Oh, this is a really quiet video. I know. Sorry about that, guys. I kind of assumed that we'd have had enough money to complete the ride, just whilst I was doing downtime between videos, but it doesn't look like that's the case, so I'll have to wait around a little bit. Actually, whilst we are waiting, because at some point, don't we need 3 coasters? Got to repay the loan, so that would help. Yeah, 3 coasters. So, I've just seen that we've unlocked the coaster ball. So what I might do over this side of the park is build one. Let's see what else we've got first. Got rapids, which we don't really want. Spinning steel, they're quite good actually. I'm trying to remember how much customization you put in. If I do that, so I think that's spinning freely, isn't it? Let's have a quick look. Oops. Put an extra thing in there. There we go. So yeah, I think that one's spinning freely. Yeah, spinning freely. And then you can force them to face forwards or backwards. It's like, is it Mia at Europa Park. That does that. So how much are these to build? 4,000? 2,000? How much would it be to build my own? Let's have a look. See. Out of money already. Fantastic. This coaster might not even meet the criteria that we need in order to pass the first level, but it might just bring in enough money to build the coaster that we do need to pass the first level, in which case it's very much worth doing. I need £400. Where the heck am I going to get £400 from? Especially as I've maxed out the loan as well. I should have really checked that before I started building, but I didn't. So that's my fault entirely. I'm going to abandon this coaster ball idea for now. We will come back to it. It will get built. But for now, I'm just going to abandon ship. Who's that sheriff shooting at? Nobody. Oh no, he's shooting over here. So the logical thing at this point would be to build something there that interacts with it. And funnily enough, would you believe it? They have one, and it's called... No, it's not Final Outpost. It's called Outlaw Animatronic. That's the one. So now, there's a little gunfight going on between the sheriff and the outlaw. Fantastic. Right. We got enough money for half a corkscrew, so let's build it in. Still need a name for this ride. Still haven't been thinking about names for this ride, even though I should have been. Apologies. I'm thinking something to do with the West, obviously, because that's where we are. Catapult springs to mind, but then it's not launched. Ooh. How many inversions have I got? I said between 5 and 6, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to have 7 inversions. It's going to do this, and then it's going to come back on itself. Like that. And it gives a bit of interactivity with this pathway as well. I was talking about names, wasn't I? I get so sidetracked, it's unreal. Yeah, names. I'm going to start coming up with some names and see how they look. So the first name that springs to mind is, spelt correctly of course, Bandit. Actually, I kind of like that name, so I think that name might stick. And then for the scenery, there is a bandit there you can get. So if we stick him in, sort of there, he's firing his guns up in the air. And there's one having a siesta down there. What else can I put in? Water trough somewhere over here. And a horse. Where's the horse? There's a bison. Should be a horse somewhere just on his own. Having a little... There we go. Tethered horse. So I'll put him in actually. Like so. Behind the bench. We'll have the wagon. Because that has a camper sitting next to it. I'm trying not to crowd the area too much, but at the same time I want it themed. So I have a carcass there. I might get rid of this canopy actually. I put it in because I wanted something sheltering. But then obviously I couldn't build the buildings. So I just improvised and put that in. But I might get rid of it. We'll see how it looks. We'll put some cacti in again. So we'll have one there. We'll have a bit of scrub in that corner. Move that cactus to there. Can I put these small... No, I can't even put the small trees in. That's really frustrating. Let's put some tumbleweed. Some wheatgrass. Maybe one more cactus. There. One there. One there. Yeah. I just unlocked a mine ride. Is that the roller coaster? Yeah, mine ride. They're not very good mine rides. They were good on Coaster Tycoon 2 because even though they're powered, if they went up and down hills, they sped up or slowed down. Whereas on here, you set a speed and then it just remains at that speed constantly throughout, which is a bit boring. So yeah, I don't really like it that much. Right, we're going to build this last corkscrew, aren't we? Yes, we are. It's going to go like that, and then we're going to need to move this track piece so that it fits. Is it that one? Yes, it is. And then that ends the ride. So it comes off a nice little corkscrew and finishes the ride. I put it there, didn't I? I was just thinking if I had it rise up into the brakes, but nah, this should be okay. It should have just enough room to slow down before the block breaks. Room and time. And then, yeah. So, we just need, how much money? 495, is it? No, is that 571? My god. Just to complete this ride. It's a good thing that I've already built the queue and stuff, so we can literally just test it and then open it. I planned ahead. That's why I did that. So I thought if there are money problems, we could just finish it and open it. And yeah, that looks like that's what's going to happen. I suppose if we do need more money, we can get rid of some of this queue. But I mean, we are still making money. In fact, I think that is enough money. Is it? Yes, it is. Right, the ride is finished. So we can now go into the operations menu, change it to block sections. 2 trains to start with. If it needs more, we'll put more in, but 2's a good number to start with. Let's have a ride on it, shall we? See how it looks. Need something to cover up that overhang as well, because that's annoying me. That's where it slows right down because of the brakes. And then it slowly goes onto the slope here, starts to curve down, which is good. I just looked at the time, realised this is going to be an extended episode, of course. Yes, I forgot to mention that at the start. This is a special edition extended episode. It's nothing to do with the fact that I lost track of time. No. Right, we're on the lift hill. We're going up, and you can see the ride stretched out in front of us like a road to nowhere. Those 2 corkscrews, they look a little strange. I might change them. I might put them a bit further on the... I might put one after the overbank turn, and then I might put another one before the end of the ride. Like I said before, we'll see how it goes. It might turn out to be fine. You never know. So yes, we're cresting the hill, like so. And we go down into the first drop, which is the nice little curved drop here. Build up a lot of speed, fantastic. Into the camel hump, which is good. Seems to look fine. Up into the cobra roll. All seems to be well. Yep, that looks good. Into the double loop. There's the first one. Through the photos. There's the second one. Up into the overbank. I'm going to change this overbank turn, I've decided. I'll open the ride and get some money from it, and I'll do it in a later episode, but I think I'm definitely going to change that. Go through the twist, that looks fine. Now, will it make it over the corkscrews? There's the first one. Yeah, it made it over the first one. And it made it over the second one. Brilliant. And then it just drops into the brakes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Bandit. We just cruise along here, through the second block section and into the station, which actually looks quite well themed. I'm quite happy with that. I want to do something like this porch though. It just looks ugly and horrible. Needs some sidewalls. I can't build anything from here, so I have to go into this section again. Was it this one that I found it? No, it wasn't this one. It's this one. So we got this stuff. You can see it doesn't really choose the right colour. It doesn't really cover it, and then it leaves this ugly bit here. There's no like halfway point kind of thing. For now, I will use this stuff, but I might, after this episode, have a look around and see what other stuff there is, because this really doesn't cut it. It looks horrible. Raise it up a little bit more. Raise it up all the way to the top. Maybe I can sort of improvise with this and make something out of it, but it's not my ideal preference. Do the same on this side, like so. Where's it gone? There it is. And like so. It just gets rid of that little bit of overhang. There's still a tiny bit, but that shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad from the front, I suppose. I might put like a little thing across there. Have a look at see what Steelworks has to offer. But anyway, enough of that, because we're nearly 20 minutes long. This is a special edition, double-length episode, guys and gals. But now it is time, sadly, for the end of video spiel. So, thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, click the button below. If you have subscribed to my channel, thank you for your continued support. And until next time, guys, I will see you soon.